Hey there, YouTube fam. Have you ever felt like someone was pulling your strings, playing with your mind, and you just couldn't quite figure out how? Mind games can be subtle or downright devious, and today we're going to uncover 10 tricks people use to play you. By the end of this video, you'll be a pro at spotting these tactics and protecting yourself from manipulation. So grab your favorite snack, get comfy, and let's dive into this eye-opening journey. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Vogue for insightful videos on practical Stoicism. Hit the subscribe button now and join our community dedicated to personal growth and mindful living. Your journey to a more fulfilling life starts here. Manipulation is a crafty and often covert form of psychological control, where the manipulator uses deceptive and abusive tactics to gain power over the victim. These mind games can be subtle or overt, but their impact can be profoundly damaging. Whether it's in personal relationships, workplaces, or social interactions, recognizing these manipulative strategies is crucial for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. Manipulation can take many forms, from making you question your sanity to exploiting your emotions. These tactics can erode your self-esteem, make you doubt your perceptions, and even make you feel responsible for someone else's negative actions or feelings. However, by understanding and recognizing these mind games, you can protect yourself and maintain control over your own thoughts and actions. This video will delve into 10 common manipulative tactics, shedding light on how they work and offering strategies to counter them. We'll draw on the wisdom of Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, whose teachings on self-awareness, emotional resilience, and personal integrity provide powerful tools for combating manipulation. As we explore each tactic, you'll gain a deeper understanding of the manipulator's playbook. This awareness will empower you to spot these tactics in action and respond effectively. So let's dive into this eye-opening journey and uncover the tricks manipulators use to play you. Number 1. Gaslighting, twisting your reality. Gaslighting is one of the most insidious tricks in the book. It involves making someone doubt their reality, memories, or perceptions. The term comes from the 1944 film Gaslight, where a husband manipulates his wife into thinking she's losing her mind by making subtle changes to their environment and insisting she's imagining things. Let's turn to Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who wisely said, "We are disturbed not by things, but by the views which we take of them." Gaslighters exploit this principle by distorting your view of reality, causing you to question your sanity. Imagine you confront someone about their hurtful behavior, and they respond with, "You're just being too sensitive. That never happened." Over time, this can lead you to doubt your own perceptions and memories. The key to countering gaslighting is to trust your instincts and seek validation from trusted friends and sources. Keep a journal of events to remind yourself of the truth. Gaslighters thrive on confusion and insecurity. They often present a version of events that contradicts your memory, making you second-guess yourself. Over time, the constant questioning of your reality can erode your self-esteem and make you dependent on the gaslighter for a sense of reality. To combat gaslighting, maintain a strong sense of self-awareness. Regularly reflect on your experiences and trust your intuition. Seek the perspectives of others who can provide objective viewpoints. Documenting events can serve as concrete evidence when you begin to doubt your own memory. Additionally, setting firm boundaries and limiting interaction with the gaslighter can help protect your mental health. Gaslighting involves subtle, consistent manipulations that make you question your reality. This can range from denying conversations ever happened to insisting that your recollections are incorrect. Over time, this erodes your confidence in your own memory and judgment, making you more reliant on the gaslighter's version of events. This dependency gives the gaslighter control over your perception of reality. To defend against gaslighting, it's essential to reinforce your trust in your own perceptions. Journaling your experiences provides a written record that can validate your memories when they are questioned. Sharing your experiences with trusted friends or family members can also offer an external perspective, reinforcing the truth of your experiences. Setting boundaries is crucial. Limit your exposure to the gaslighter and their manipulative tactics. Clearly communicate that you trust your own perceptions and will not be swayed by their attempts to distort your reality. Building a strong support network can offer additional validation and perspective, helping to maintain your confidence in your own reality. By staying grounded in your own experiences and seeking support, you can resist the disorienting effects of gaslighting and maintain your mental health. Number 2, playing the victim, manipulating sympathy. Another common trick manipulators use is playing the victim. This tactic involves someone portraying themselves as the innocent sufferer to gain your sympathy and manipulate your emotions. They might exaggerate their hardships or blame others for their problems, positioning themselves as the one who always needs rescuing. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When someone constantly plays the victim, they color your perception of reality with their self-pity, hoping to make you feel responsible for their well-being. Consider a colleague who consistently complains about being overloaded with work, implying that you should help them out, even if it means sacrificing your own workload. They may frequently highlight their struggles, painting themselves as overwhelmed and in need of rescue. This tactic aims to elicit sympathy and prompt you to take on their responsibilities. Victim players often seek to offload their responsibilities onto others, using emotional manipulation to avoid accountability. They may present their struggles in a way that makes you feel obligated to help, even at the cost of your own well-being. This constant need for rescue can drain your energy and resources, leaving you feeling exhausted and taken advantage of. To counter this, develop a keen sense of your own boundaries. Understand that while empathy is important, it should not come at the expense of your own needs and responsibilities. Practice assertiveness by clearly communicating your limits. Offer support when genuinely needed, but don't allow yourself to be guilt-tripped into overextending. Encourage the victim player to take responsibility for their own issues and seek appropriate solutions. For example, if a colleague frequently complains about their workload, suggest they speak with a manager about reassigning tasks or finding more efficient ways to manage their time. This shifts the responsibility back to them and encourages self-sufficiency. It's also crucial to recognize the difference between genuine need and manipulative behavior. While it's natural to want to help those in need, it's essential to evaluate the situation objectively. Is the person genuinely struggling, or are they using their victim status to manipulate you? Trust your instincts and assess the context of their complaints. Building your own emotional resilience is key to resisting this form of manipulation. By maintaining a strong sense of self and prioritizing your own well-being, you can offer support without being drawn into a manipulative dynamic. Set firm boundaries, communicate clearly, and encourage the victim player to take responsibility for their own challenges. This balanced approach allows you to maintain your empathy without being exploited. Number 3, love bombing, overwhelming affection. Love bombing is a tactic often used in romantic relationships, but can occur in any context. It involves showering someone with excessive attention, compliments, and affection to gain their trust and control. Initially, it feels wonderful, like you're on top of the world. But the purpose is to make you emotionally dependent on the manipulator. Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." Love bombers create an illusion of perfect happiness to hook you emotionally, but this dependence is built on false pretenses. Picture this. You meet someone new, and they immediately start giving you lavish gifts, constant compliments, and undivided attention. It's intoxicating, but also a red flag. Over time, they may use this emotional dependency to control your actions and decisions. Stay grounded and take things slowly. Genuine relationships develop over time and don't rely on overwhelming displays of affection. Love bombers use excessive positivity and attention to create a rapid emotional bond. This can lead to a sense of dependency where you feel special and valued, making it difficult to see the manipulation. The intensity of their affection can overshadow their true intentions, which often involve controlling your behavior or decisions. For example, in a romantic context, a love bomber might flood you with texts, compliments, and spontaneous gestures, making you feel adored and cherished. However, this barrage of affection can quickly shift to demands and expectations, pressuring you into making commitments or concessions you're not comfortable with. To protect yourself, pace the development of new relationships. Pay attention to the consistency of the person's behavior over time. Genuine affection is shown through steady, reliable actions rather than overwhelming gestures. Maintain a support network of friends and family who can provide objective perspectives on your relationships. Trust your intuition and be wary of relationships that progress too quickly or feel too good to be true. Establishing boundaries is essential. Make sure the relationship progresses at a pace that feels comfortable to you, and be cautious of anyone who tries to rush intimacy or commitment. Genuine connections develop through mutual respect and understanding, not through a whirlwind of immediate intensity. Moreover, pay attention to how the person reacts when you assert your boundaries or take time for yourself. A love bomber might react negatively or try to guilt trip you into compliance, revealing their true manipulative intentions. Trust your gut feelings and prioritize your own emotional health. By staying grounded, seeking external perspectives, and maintaining a steady pace, you can protect yourself from the manipulative effects of love bombing and foster healthier, more authentic relationships. Number 4. Silent treatment, emotional manipulation. The silent treatment is a form of emotional manipulation where someone ignores or ostracizes you to make you feel anxious, guilty, or desperate to regain their favor. It's a power play, aiming to make you feel unworthy or to coerce you into compliance. Epictetus's wisdom comes into play here. He who is not disturbed by things, but by the view which he takes of them. The silent treatment thrives on your emotional reaction to being ignored, making you feel like you've done something wrong. Consider a scenario where a friend suddenly stops responding to your messages after a minor disagreement. The silence is deafening, and you start questioning what you did wrong, eventually apologizing just to end the discomfort. This emotional manipulation can make you feel like you are constantly walking on eggshells, afraid of triggering the silent treatment again. The silent treatment is designed to create a power imbalance. The manipulator uses silence to punish and control, leaving you feeling insecure and anxious. This tactic can erode your self-esteem and make you overly dependent on the manipulator for validation. The longer the silence persists, the more you might internalize the belief that you are at fault, further increasing your vulnerability. To handle the silent treatment effectively, focus on your own emotional resilience. Understand that the silence is a tactic, not a reflection of your worth. Reach out to other supportive relationships to maintain your sense of self-worth. Talking to friends or family can provide a reality check and reinforce your confidence. When addressing the manipulator, express your feelings calmly and assertively. Let them know that you recognize the tactic and will not be manipulated by it. For example, you might say, "I notice you've been distant since our disagreement. I'd like to discuss what happened when you're ready, but I won't engage in this silent treatment." This approach maintains your dignity and sets a clear boundary. Setting clear boundaries and maintaining your own sense of worth are crucial in countering this form of emotional manipulation. By recognizing the silent treatment for what it is and responding assertively, you can protect yourself from its damaging effects and promote healthier, more respectful interactions. Number 5. Triangulation, creating rivalries. Triangulation is a manipulative tactic where the manipulator brings a third person into the dynamic to create rivalry, jealousy, or competition. This strategy diverts attention from the manipulator's actions and pits two people against each other, keeping the manipulator at the center of the conflict. Marcus Aurelius said, "If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it." Triangulators exploit this by manipulating your judgments and feelings toward others. Imagine a situation at work where a colleague constantly compares you to another coworker, implying that the other person is more competent or favored by the boss. This sows seeds of doubt and competition. Over time, you may start doubting your abilities and feeling insecure about your position. This insecurity can lead to tension and conflict between you and the coworker, while the manipulator enjoys the drama they have created. Triangulation creates conflict and insecurity among the manipulated individuals, while the manipulator remains in control. By fostering competition, they divert attention from their own behavior and maintain a position of power. This tactic can erode team cohesion and create a toxic environment where trust is undermined. To counter triangulation, prioritize open communication and transparency. If you sense triangulation, address the issue directly with the involved parties. For example, you might say, "I feel like there's some comparison going on here that isn't helpful. Let's focus on how we can work together effectively." This approach helps to clarify misunderstandings and reduce tension. Encourage a collaborative environment rather than a competitive one. Emphasize teamwork and collective goals instead of individual achievements. This shift in focus can help reduce the manipulator's influence and foster a more supportive atmosphere. Focus on your own goals and performance, and do not let comparisons undermine your confidence. Remind yourself of your strengths and contributions. Building strong, direct relationships with others can help neutralize the manipulator's efforts to create division. Seek out opportunities to collaborate with your colleagues and build trust through positive interactions. Additionally, involve higher management or HR if the triangulation persists and affects the work environment. A mediator can provide an objective perspective and help resolve conflicts more effectively. By recognizing and addressing triangulation, you can maintain a healthy, productive work environment and protect your self-esteem from manipulative tactics. Prioritizing open communication, collaboration, and personal confidence are key strategies in countering the negative effects of triangulation. Number 6. Projection. Blaming others for their own faults. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism where an individual attributes their own undesirable thoughts, feelings, or behaviors onto someone else. This tactic is used to deflect responsibility and guilt away from themselves. For example, someone who is frequently dishonest might accuse you of lying. By doing so, they shift the focus from their own faults to yours, making you question your integrity and possibly even your sanity. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them." Projection manipulates your view by shifting the focus from the accuser's faults to yours. This tactic can be highly confusing and disorienting, as it distorts your perception of reality and undermines your confidence. If you find yourself being blamed for something out of the blue, pause and consider whether the accuser might be projecting their own issues onto you. Stay calm and don't internalize the accusations. Address the situation with clear, factual responses. For instance, if someone accuses you of being unreliable, but you know you have a strong track record, calmly present examples that support your reliability. Projection is a defense mechanism used to avoid confronting one's own flaws. By accusing others of their own shortcomings, manipulators deflect attention and responsibility away from themselves. This can create confusion and self-doubt in the targeted person, making them question their own behavior and potentially altering their actions to align with the manipulator's false narrative. Number 7. Guilt tripping. Playing on your conscience. Guilt tripping involves making someone feel guilty to manipulate their actions. It's a tactic used to control and influence decisions by making you feel responsible for someone else's negative feelings or outcomes. Marcus Aurelius advised, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." A guilt tripper tries to stain your thoughts with guilt to gain control over your actions. For instance, a friend might say, "I can't believe you're not coming to my party after all I've done for you." This is designed to make you feel bad and change your mind. Recognize this manipulation and assert your boundaries. Explain your decision calmly and stick to it. Guilt trippers use emotional manipulation to control your behavior. By invoking feelings of guilt, they aim to influence your decisions and actions to align with their own desires. This can lead to a cycle of guilt and compliance where you constantly feel obligated to meet their expectations. To counter guilt tripping, develop a strong sense of your own values and boundaries. Recognize when guilt is being used as a manipulation tactic. Communicate your decisions clearly and assertively, without feeling the need to justify or apologize excessively. Focus on your own needs and priorities, and do not allow guilt to dictate your actions. Building self-confidence and practicing assertiveness can help you resist this form of manipulation. Number 8. Playing dumb. Feigning ignorance to avoid responsibility. Playing dumb is a tactic where someone pretends not to understand or know something to avoid responsibility or accountability. It's a way to deflect criticism or avoid tasks, making others do the work or take the blame. Seneca noted, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." Recognizing when someone is playing dumb allows you to maintain control and not be fooled by their feigned ignorance. This manipulation tactic relies on the manipulator's ability to convince others of their incompetence or lack of knowledge, thus evading duties or criticism. Imagine a coworker who consistently pretends not to understand a task to avoid doing it. They might say, "I just don't get this. Can you handle it?" If you take on their tasks, they successfully shirk their responsibilities and shift the workload onto you. This behavior can lead to frustration and imbalance in the workplace or any collaborative environment. To counter this, clearly outline their responsibilities and follow up to ensure accountability. When assigning tasks, provide detailed instructions and confirm that they understand what is expected. For instance, you might say, "Here is the task breakdown. Do you have any questions about your part?" This approach leaves little room for ambiguity and ensures they cannot claim ignorance later. Playing dumb is a way to shirk responsibilities and avoid accountability. By pretending to be ignorant or incompetent, the manipulator can evade tasks or criticism, shifting the burden onto others. This tactic exploits the goodwill and diligence of others, creating an unfair dynamic where the manipulator benefits from their deceit. To address this tactic, establish clear expectations and accountability. Provide detailed instructions and ensure that the individual understands their responsibilities. Follow up regularly to monitor progress and address any issues promptly. For example, set regular check-ins to discuss task progress and any challenges they might face. This proactive approach makes it harder for them to maintain their facade of ignorance. By holding the manipulator accountable, you can prevent them from using feigned ignorance to avoid their duties. Documenting agreements and instructions can also help in tracking their performance and addressing any claims of misunderstanding. If the behavior persists, consider involving a supervisor or HR to formally address the issue. In summary, playing dumb is a manipulative tactic used to evade responsibilities. By clearly communicating expectations, providing detailed instructions, and regularly following up, you can counteract this behavior and ensure accountability. This approach helps maintain a fair and productive environment, preventing manipulators from exploiting others. Number 9. Shaming. Undermining self-worth. Shaming involves making someone feel inadequate or embarrassed about themselves. It's a way to undermine their confidence and control their behavior through humiliation. This tactic can be devastating, as it targets the very core of a person's self-worth. Marcus Aurelius stated, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Shaming targets your way of thinking, aiming to make you feel unworthy. By attacking your self-esteem, manipulators can influence your behavior and decisions, bending them to their own interests. If someone tries to shame you, it's crucial to remind yourself of your intrinsic worth. Don't let their words define you. Stand firm in your self-respect and counter their negativity with positivity and self-affirmation. For example, if someone makes a derogatory comment about your abilities, remind yourself of your past achievements and strengths. Shaming is a powerful tool for manipulators to control and diminish others. By attacking your self-worth, they can influence your behavior and decisions to align with their own interests. This can manifest in various settings, such as a colleague belittling your ideas in a meeting, or a partner making hurtful remarks about your appearance. To counter shaming, build a strong sense of self-worth and resilience. Recognize that the shaming is a reflection of the manipulator's intentions, not your own value. Understand that their aim is to control and diminish you, not to provide constructive feedback. Surround yourself with supportive relationships that reinforce your self-esteem. Friends and family who appreciate and validate you can provide a buffer against the negative effects of shaming. Practice positive self-affirmation and focus on your strengths and achievements. Celebrate your successes and remind yourself regularly of your worth. By maintaining a positive self-image, you can resist the effects of shaming and stand firm in your own worth. This involves actively challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with affirming ones. Engage in activities that boost your confidence and well-being. In conclusion, shaming is a manipulative tactic aimed at undermining self-worth. By fostering a strong sense of self, surrounding yourself with supportive individuals, and practicing positive self-affirmation, you can counteract this manipulation and maintain your self-esteem. Number 10. Breadcrumbing. Offering false hope. Breadcrumbing is a manipulative tactic where someone gives you just enough attention or affection to keep you interested, without committing to anything substantial. It's a way of keeping you on the hook while they maintain control. The manipulator provides occasional signals of interest, creating a false sense of potential, but never follows through with genuine commitment. Epictetus advised, "He who is not disturbed by things, but by the view which he takes of them." Breadcrumbing plays on your hopes and expectations, manipulating your view of the relationship. By receiving intermittent and unpredictable rewards, you remain hopeful and invested, even when the relationship fails to progress. Recognize when someone is giving you crumbs of attention to string you along. Breadcrumbing keeps you in a state of uncertainty and anticipation. The manipulator's sporadic displays of affection or interest are designed to keep you engaged and emotionally invested. However, this pattern often leads to frustration and confusion as you seek more from the relationship, but receive only the bare minimum to maintain your interest. To address breadcrumbing, set clear expectations for the relationship. Communicate your needs and desires openly. For example, you might say, "I value our time together, but I need more consistency and clarity in our relationship." By expressing your expectations, you establish a standard for the relationship and provide the other person with an opportunity to meet your needs. If the other person cannot meet your expectations, consider whether the relationship is worth continuing. Focus on building relationships that offer genuine commitment and reciprocity. By demanding more substantial interaction, you can avoid being strung along by breadcrumbs of attention. Healthy relationships are characterized by mutual effort and clear communication, not by one-sided affection and empty promises. Evaluate the consistency of the person's behavior over time. Genuine interest is demonstrated through consistent actions and effort, not through occasional gestures. Pay attention to whether the person follows through on their commitments and engages with you in a meaningful way. Maintain your self-worth and confidence. Understand that you deserve a relationship where your needs are met and where there is mutual respect and commitment. Don't settle for crumbs when you deserve a whole loaf. If someone continually fails to meet your expectations, it may be time to reconsider their role in your life. In summary, breadcrumbing is a tactic that keeps you hopeful without offering real commitment. By setting clear expectations, communicating your needs, and focusing on genuine relationships, you can protect yourself from this manipulative behavior and build healthier, more fulfilling connections. Wrapping up, understanding these mind games can feel like lifting a veil, revealing the manipulations that were hidden in plain sight. Recognizing and addressing these tactics is crucial for protecting your mental and emotional well-being. The first step in countering manipulation is awareness. By familiarizing yourself with the various tricks manipulators use, you can identify them early on and take appropriate action. Confidence in yourself and your perceptions is equally important. Manipulators thrive on creating doubt and confusion. They aim to undermine your self-esteem and make you question your reality. By maintaining a strong sense of self-worth and trusting your instincts, you can resist their attempts to control you. Trusting your gut feelings and seeking validation from trusted friends and sources can help reinforce your perception of reality. Applying Stoic wisdom is another powerful tool in combating manipulation. Stoic philosophy teaches the importance of controlling our responses and maintaining inner peace. By focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, emotions, and actions, we can navigate manipulative situations with clarity and composure. Stoic principles encourage us to detach from external pressures and judgments, helping us stay grounded and resilient. Building healthy, authentic relationships is the ultimate goal. Recognizing manipulation is the first step, but it's equally important to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and honesty. Establish clear boundaries and communicate openly with those around you. Healthy relationships are built on trust, where both parties feel valued and supported without resorting to manipulation. Engage with others who support and uplift you. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can help counteract the effects of manipulation and reinforce your self-esteem. Foster connections with individuals who encourage your growth and well-being, rather than those who seek to control or diminish you. Have you ever experienced any of these mind games? How did you handle it? Drop a comment below and share your stories. Sharing experiences can help others recognize and address similar situations in their own lives. Your insights might provide valuable support to someone else facing manipulation. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more eye-opening content. Staying informed and connected to a supportive community can empower you to navigate relationships with confidence and awareness. Until next time, stay strong, stay aware, and keep shining. Remember, the key to a fulfilling life lies in understanding, resilience, and the pursuit of genuine connections.